As if the entire world revolves around SaaS and SaaS software. But we know better. We know that's not true. We know that in the real world, the world that lies outside of this conference, things are very, very different. There, outside, in the real world, in many ways, in very many ways, we are misunderstood. People at home do not understand what it is that we do for a living. The computer industry doesn't seem to know that SaaS programmers exist. People at work don't know what we do. They don't understand it. And we find it hard to keep up with all the different products and features of SaaS software. It's only at a conference like this that we actually put everything into context. There, in the outside world, we struggle to fit in, we struggle to find our voice, and we struggle to express that which is our passion and our expertise, SaaS programming. And yet here we sit all together, over 300 strong, at WUSS 2009 in the ballroom of the Fairmont Hotel in San Jose, California. It's not easy being a SaaS programmer. People at home don't understand what it is that we do for a living. I mean, even though it's something that sets us apart at work, and even though it's something we're very proud of, we usually don't tell people that we're a SaaS programmer when they ask us what we do for a living. I mean, what do you say when someone says, well, what do you do? You probably say, well, I'm a computer programmer, or I'm a systems analyst, or I work in information technology, or maybe I work with computers. Not usually, I'm a SaaS programmer. And when we do try to describe to regular, everyday people what it is that we do, we get back blank stares and incomprehension. For instance, if I go home really pumped after work and I tell my wife, wow, work was great today. I wrote a brand new SaaS program that accessed a directory of newly cleaned data. I opened a directory of newly cleaned data. I accessed 2 large files and I bulk loaded them into a database. And then I used ProcSQL to join several of them together and create a new table. I get back something like, well, that's nice, dear. While you're waiting for dinner, open the dishwasher of newly cleaned dishes, access both racks, and bulk load them into the kitchen cabinets. And then use proc Raithel to get what's in the cabinets and drawers and set the dining room table. And what about those of you who are single? When you're sitting at dinner with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and they say, how was work today? Do you say, oh, work was great. I sorted a large SaaS data set with 1 million observations. I joined it with an Oracle table, I transposed the data, I used the dictionary tables to get the column names, and then I created a PDF with tables and embedded graphics. I doubt it, they just wouldn't understand. More than likely what you end up saying is, oh, it wasn't bad. Hey, you can eat that? And I remember that for years and years, before I wrote my first book and sold them a copy at the author's discounted price, my parents were always asking me what was the name of the computer language that I was using. And I would say something like, well, gee, Mom, or gee, Dad, it's only 3 letters, S-A-S. Why is that so hard to remember? And I used to always have, my father originally thought that it stood for Special Air Services since he was in the military. And my mom thought that it stood for San Antonio shoes, which apparently are all individually hand-stitched. And I've had to tell them and many, many people over the years that no, SAS does not stand for Shanghai American School. It does not stand for Scandinavian Airlines. It doesn't stand for Stability Augmentation System. It doesn't stand for the Society of Astronomical Sciences. And it doesn't stand for Space Adaptation Syndrome. It actually stands for Statistical Analysis System. But no, not even really that. And that no, I'm not a statistician because I use SAS software. And what about friends? I'm sure that you have this situation. I've had friends for many, many years that we've kind of talked shop, out of work. They told me what they do, I tell them what I do, and they still don't have a clue, right? So if I'm watching the football game with a group of friends, it goes something like this. After the first quarter, my attorney friend tells the joke about a lawyer, a doctor, and an accountant in a lifeboat in shark-infested waters. Everybody laughs. After the second quarter, my insurance salesman friend tells this story about the traveling salesman and the farmer with 7 daughters. Everybody laughs. After the third quarter, my family therapist friend tells the one about a geriatric couple that walk into a psychiatrist's office. Everybody laughs. After the fourth quarter, I'm ready now. I read the greatest joke on SaaSL, and I know they're going to get it. I know they're going to love it. So I tell them, I say, guys, look, I've got one. Okay, you're going to love this. Trust me. A ProcSQL query walks into a bar. It approaches 2 tables and says, may I join you? May I join you? And what do I get? I get blank stares, and we all spill back into the kitchen for more pizza and beer.